My name is Catherine Chipembere. Originally, I come from Licom Island. In 1957, I got married to Henry Blessius Masauko Chipembere, Masauko's father, yes.
When I was a child, my mother used to sing to me before I went to bed. The sound of my mother's voice singing was always healing to me. I believe it is why I'm a musician today. My mother's tenderness lives in the best part of me. There's something ancient and African about that tenderness. It comes from a persistent joy that wants to be spread. My mother always said, "Put joy in everything you do." After living in exile for 31 years in California, she returned home to Malawi in 1995. In 1998, she began her NGO, Women's Initiative Network, or WIN Malawi. Almost 18 years later, WIN continues to provide preschooling for over 1,000 children, senior care, HIV/AIDS counseling for young mothers, and sustain resources for dam building. The Coyote Foundation, based in California, has been the main financial supporter of WIN over the last several years. WIN manages to run without government support or any other local or national funding. WIN's main goal is to ultimately promote sustainable living for underserved Malawians, especially girls. A generous part of the 2015 Coyote Grant allowed me to travel to Malawi to bear witness to the work that my mother and WIN Malawi continues to do. I was able to attend her 80th birthday celebration. Even as she gets older, my mother is relentless in her vision for a just and equitable Malawi.
First of all, we start with the children, and then we work with the mothers of the children. And then we have the AIDS patients, because some of the mothers here may have AIDS. And then we have, maybe some of them may be handicapped. Some of them maybe have grandmothers or grandfathers that are very old. They need help. Some of them they're chased away from the village because they say they are witch doctors, and they can't stay in the village. Yes, I've taken care of 2 of them. Yes, and then they go on the street, sleep in drains like this, no food, no what. So we pick them up and find an apartment for them, a house for them, get somebody to take care of them, and sometimes I have to pay my own money to do that, because it's sad. You see somebody being wasted like that, and you have a little more here than they have. So
I'm standing on the balcony of my hotel room in Mangochi, looking out across a small river. Just across the bridge, there is a place called Malindi. It is the ancestral home of my father. But I'm thinking about my mother now. I'm thinking about her spending her own money to help people. Sometimes I see her helping everyone and wonder who helps her. Sometimes I wonder if she is giving too much. On our journey to the first school, I met 3 young men doing their best to help my mother with WIN Malawi.
My name is Masao Kalumbi. As a clerical officer, I do assist the director in running the affairs of the WIN office here in Malawi.
My name is Sidi Nambali. I'm working with WIN as a deputy director.
My name is Jonathan Marama. As a project administrator, to plan the activities to be carried in the fields.
This journey allowed me to visit a number of the programs WIN supports. I visited several preschools. With a degree in early childhood education, Mai understood upon her return to Malawi that an educational foundation was necessary for young children, especially those in the rural areas of Mangochi, where development has been slow. By building preschools, WIN is able to support an entire community, providing safe, fun learning environments where children are fed daily. Parents are also able to seek work to support their families while the children attend school, and local teachers are given sustainable work with the children. WIN's expectation is that one day these children will grow up and return to help WIN with the programs that once supported them.
Ndine caregivers. Ndiva position my alphabet, calendar, day of the week.
Seeing my mother with the children is a blessing. It is in these moments that I see her power coming through. I see what drives her. According to Save the Children, in Malawi, there are about 500,000 boys and girls who have lost one or both parents to HIV. As we drive towards the next school, I see children with no parental supervision everywhere. I wonder what my mother thinks about all these children being born into hardship.
Babies are born before 18 because if the girls are 12, 13, 15, they can't get any help. They go for prostitution. Usually when children are like that, some of them turn out to be okay, but some of them turn out to be delinquents. And they start stealing, they end up in the jails. Sometimes these kids are left in the wilderness like that until they are much older. And it's not good life. It's not a healthy life. Life in the village, it's you who makes it. Yeah, there are people living in the village happily, but it's like you have to work hard to get things. In Malawi, we don't have a social welfare system. We don't. You have to take care of yourself.
According to the United Nations, in January of 2015, the southern districts of Malawi were experiencing above normal rains, which provoked massive floods. The Honorable President Peter Mutharika of Malawi declared a state of emergency and asked for $81 million to be set aside for relief efforts. The floods have affected over 638,000 people. 79 deaths were reported, yet almost a year later, thousands of people are still feeling the damage. Several of the WIN schools were horribly affected by the floods, and there is no additional funds to rebuild. We had a chance to visit one of these schools. The school we visited is half finished because the floods destroyed many of the bricks created to finish the project. There is no roof nor flooring, and many fear the coming rainy season. These have been the lasting effects of the floods in the rural areas, and only organizations like WIN come to support these communities. Since there are not enough funds to complete the building, the teachers have moved the children into a smaller building where everyone is squeezed tight.
Lego masabano utenga umene unabwera kuti ana akufuna kuphunzira ndi anthu anakhala tinakhala nawo meeting kuti tikale bwanji autofunika njero tenaumba njero ndiye kuosha ufune uchi ufuna uja utaombedwa kuti njero zachepa ndiye basi kumanga kuja tinangomanga cholinga kuti nangasi mwina auje na ubunga atitandisa kwa ino kuti nangasi tani atandisa bwanji ndiye loli tikuyambika kwambiri kuti nangasi mwatipeza
imene tikufuna ife nyumba ikonzedwe pano ife mphamvu tilibe tikulephera kuti tiikonze kuwa nangasi tinayambira kalekale ndiye panopa chimene tikufuna mutitandize kuti nyumba ija ikonzedwe paoneke kuti paso.
As we move on to our final stop, which are the fishing dams, the words of the villagers ring in my ears. WIN's job is to support sustainable livelihoods for rural Malawians while providing resources for those most in need. How does one prioritize the most critical work with such limited funds? I'm happy to see the success of the dams which WIN has built. The local community can fish and create revenue for themselves while feeding their families. I see the tangible fulfillment of WIN's mission in these dams, which are a source of pride for these communities.
Fish is very expensive. That's why we have the fish dams. They get it free. And then they sell some. Yeah, some of them already started putting money in the bank. It's very beneficial, and many people, because they see immediately after 4 months, they see the fish, they can eat the fish. It's quick results. Yeah, anytime when somebody is really starving for something, they don't want to wait 2 years. And somebody's talking about it, 2 years, no action. Even I would not stay for that. No, we want to see results immediately.
After seeing all that I've seen, it is selfish of me to believe my mother is giving too much. She just needs our help. Every financial donation matters in this time when Malawi is suffering because of floods. Our funds could assist in finishing the school, help the young men in the WIN office in Mangochi find transportation to reach WIN schools in remote villages. My mother dreams of teaching pottery, basket making, brick making, knitting, sewing, and farming. Income-generating activities for villagers. Your funds could help. My father once said, "Freedom is meaningless unless people can see change." We can show the people meaningful change by supporting WIN Malawi. We thank the Coyote Foundation again for their exemplary consistency. They have been our greatest supporter for years. Thanks to All Saints Church for processing our donations, to Father Regis, whose donation helped us build dams. Thanks to Dr. Frank Chipasula, who has done benefits to help WIN.
Freedom is meaningless unless people can see change. Freedom is meaningless unless people can see change. Make it visible and tangible. We've been suffering. Today we must enjoy some liberty. That's just what we need. This is what we want to see. Break the old shackles. This is what we want to see. Break the old shackles. Break your shackles. Come on, break your shackles. Freedom is meaningless unless people can see change. Freedom is meaningless. Economic and otherwise, handicaps still survive. We'll show great gratitude to the black leaders who ain't satisfied.